invoice,
Yes.
they stopped sending invoices. And have you ever tried calling QuickBooks?
Yes.
Good God Almighty.
I call my computer
I wanna
guy and
poke
say
my eyeballs
fix.
out.
No, I called that IT connection because I use them too, and I'm like QuickBooks problem, and they log onto my computer and do it. They
Shut up.
remotely, yeah. I know it's so much easier, quicker because I can't stand sitting at home. So I'm like, no,
We're talking 4 hours.
yeah.
Oh, one time it's 7 o'clock, meeting called to order. Could all rise for the pledge, please? Camera's on.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You are together. Roll call, please.
Rob Parrish,
Here.
Mike Riccardi,
Here.
Karen Sinus,
Here.
Lita Drain.
Here. Number 4, public comments related to agenda items. 3 minutes for anyone who wants to speak.
Good evening, Board.
If you could state your name and your address for our clerk, please.
Doreen Jowell, Director of Village Maintenance for the Village of Holiday Hills.
Can you hang on 1 second while I get my clock going?
Of course.
Please. Because Lord knows. All right, you're
Okay,
good.
good evening again. Doreen Jowell, Director of Village Maintenance for the Village of Holiday Hills. Our president, Jeff Giles, and our Board of Trustees have entered into an intergovernment agreement with Nunda for 2 years now, under the leadership of Mike Lesbrance, for snow plowing services and village maintenance. Our residents, via emails and phone calls, 35 to be exact, received last year on the gratitude of the services provided by Mike and of course his crew under his leadership. You know he loves this position. We are grateful for Mike Lesbrance, his professionalism, his high level of service, and who always goes above and beyond whatever he does. Holiday Hills appreciates and is thankful for Mike and his crew and his dedication to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you. We've
Yeah.
talked a couple times.
Yes, we've spoken a few times.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Anybody else? Name and address, please.
Jeff Giles, Village President for Holiday Hills.
All right.
So Doreen said it best, we've had Mike now for 2 years, and I will say that from the get-go, we've probably fielded 15 phone calls and emails a day on the negative side of things, and since we've reached out and came to an agreement, we've literally had nothing but praises for Mike, and thanks for bringing Nunn back. I know there was some turmoil in the back with other regimes before me. We're glad to have him back. He does a great job, and all we get is praises, so it's nice to go from negatives every day where we don't have to deal with it, and the Director of Village Maintenance doesn't have to deal with the negativity every day. We get nothing but professional service, and again, I've dealt with him on numerous bases, and we just love the guy and love having him in the village. I just want to let you guys know how good a job he is doing for us, and I'm sure every other resident that he serves gets the same service. He's doing a great job for us too. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Dave Zabilski from Fernwood Subdivision, and basically, they said they got what I was gonna say, Mike Lesbrance and his crew. They've done a great job. Everyone I've talked to loves what they've done for our neighborhood, and anyone I've talked to in Nunda, I've never been negative about it, except a couple of years ago when Holiday Hills and all that stuff. It's a place they advocate, I'd like to advocate for a race room, and that's it. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wait 1 second. I'm sorry, could you tell me your last name again?
Zabilski, it's Z as in zebra, A as in boy, IELSKI.
And what is your address?
1921 Fernwood.
Fernwood?
Yeah, McKinley.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, we will go on to number 5. Review and approval of the minutes of the regular board meeting dated Thursday, September 12th, 2024. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Discussion, comments?
On page 2, could you change my name to Rob Harris? You have Rob Tynes.
Where?
Concrete and asphalt don't miss.
Do I understand?
Yes.
So sorry.
Second page, third paragraph.
That's hilarious. Oh, yeah, I see it.
Oh, Rob Tynes.
Good catch.
Second paragraph,
Third paragraph.
third paragraph. Rob Tynes. You know that's gonna stick now. Sorry about that.
Anything else?
That's it.
Motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, township warrants for approval tonight in the amount of $21,403.82. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Comments, questions, discussion?
Nope.
When you are ready, Joni?
Mike Relicali,
Yes.
Karen Tynes,
Yes.
Rob Parrish,
Yes.
Rita Drain.
Yes, motion carries. Number 7, road district warrants for approval for tonight, October 10th. I would like to make a motion to approve the amount of $279,840.57, which excludes Skesty.
At 10:30. Yes.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any comments, questions, discussions?
I'd like to make a motion to amend that number to remove another $1,957, which includes sales, lawn care, Kirby Built, and High Vis, which seem to be park signs and park lawn mowing. I want those voted on individually, or as a group.
Rob, can you say that amount one more time?
Sales who?
Sal's was 280. Kirby Built is 15,000, I'm sorry. Sal's is 280. Kirby Built is $1,526.57. That's for a two-sided message board.
Wait, say that amount again.
$1,526.57. And then the last one would be High Vis for a park sign for $94.
Do you want to vote on them individually or all together? What's your motion?
Let's vote on the bulk, the 279,857 less the 1,957.
Wait, say that again?
279,857 was your number, right?
279,840.57, yes.
Okay, minus 190.
You want to minus all three?
Yes,
What was the third one? Sales, high vis, and what?
Kirby Built.
Kirby Built. But do you wanna, I think what you wanted to know is, do you wanna vote on the 1957, the 3 exclusions, do you wanna vote on those as a group, or
Yes.
one at a time?
Yes, they all do the same thing,
Okay.
so.
So the new motion would be for, Joni, are you ready?
It's about, okay.
277,940.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Any other comments, discussions?
So this is right now the 277.
So this is 277,940 less Geske, Sal's, Kirby, and High Vis.
Okay.
There was a couple questions I have, and I see the road district is here today. We own a lot of trucks, I was curious why we hired Chris Piper to haul topsoil for us. Which you don't have to answer, but,
Didn't have enough trucks that day.
okay.
Anything else?
How about Wall Street Journal subscription for $350?
I read the Wall Street Journal daily
For road work?
for general information.
Okay. There's only 2 questions.
So we've got 2 motions. Anything else?
No.
Whenever you're ready, Jody.
Okay. We didn't vote on the original first one,
Right, it was amended, it's the
so now
It was
it's
amended to
277,940.
277,940.
Okay. Mike Regala,
Yes.
Karen Tinus.
Yes.
Rob Parrish,
Yes.
Nita Dream.
Yes, motion carries. So next motion, I'm gonna make for $1,030.
No.
What? No, for guest
No.
geek.
Oh, it's 1,000?
Yeah, $1,030 for guest geek. Can I get a second?
Second.
Any comments, questions?
Just so the people in the public know, I work for that company and I tend to, not approve the bill, just abstain from it. Should it be paid? Yes, but I just want people to understand why I abstain.
You're ready?
And the amount again.
$1,030.
Rob Parrish,
Abstain.
Karen Tinus.
Yes.
Mike Regala,
Yes.
Nita Dream.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Then we'll have a third motion. For $1,000. I'm watching you. $900.57. That'll be for Sal's, Kirby, high vis. Can I get a second?
Second.
Comments, questions, discussion?
As we've discussed in the past, Mr. Puma agreed to, we can't spend money to buy, build, or maintain a park with Nunda Township Road District money.
Is that what the signs were for, was for the park?
Yeah, I think what I said was that it's, the road district doesn't have the legal authority to purchase a park and to own a park.
Can it maintain?
It could maintain a park if it was a township park and it was by an agreement, but a road district doesn't have the legal authority to own a park. A township does, but a road district does not. So,
Aren't these signs for Steuben?
Didn't we call on that today?
It doesn't signify in the warrants for payment, just says that they're,
There was nothing purchased this month, or in the last 2 months, for the Wagner Park. That stuff is all for student.
We
Pursue.
called on that today.
Yeah,
I thought that's what Casey said.
that's what Casey said.
so the Kirby belt is for Steuben, the
Yes.
sign? What is that,
The high vis too, what were they carrying, no parking signs?
okay,
Yeah.
but the high vis specifies that the parking is only for a park.
It's for Moraine Hill State Park,
Who owns the park?
Moraine, the state of Illinois,
The parking lot, who owns the parking lot?
not the Township Road District.
So another park, we're putting more signs up.
It's not a park, it's parking for an entrance into the park. Off-road parking.
As I read the high vis in there, it said the parking was for park use only during park hours.
That's correct.
For Marine Hills.
For a park that we own.
No,
But it manages the parking lot, correct?
correct.
Did we build the parking lot
Yes, sir.
for the park?
No,
We
we
own.
built it for the residents of Nunda Township.
Okay. But the people in Steuben didn't want it.
Any further comments or discussion?
So I can call the vote.
Going to, you ready, Joni?
Rob Parrish,
No.
Karen Tynes.
I'm voting, well, those other two for Steuben. So I'm voting yes, just because I don't want Sal's not to get paid. And didn't we, I mean, we can mow it if we're in the area, right? But it's more cost effective if you're not in the area for Sal's to do it, cause he's cheaper than our guys going there. Isn't that what we?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's saving money by paying salary guy.
Okay, so that's why I'm voting yes.
Mike Regala,
Yes.
Rita Drain.
Yes. Motion carries. Number 8, discussion approval to replace repairs stairs at Town Hall.
Just discussion,
I'm
right?
giving you the, no, it's discussion approval. If we're gonna do it this year, we've got to decide. I'm giving you the lead.
Well, in my opinion, I think that doing them with the concrete is the most, we're gonna get the most out of it in the long run. I'm not sure, like, you got the epoxy quote, and I showed it to like my superintendent. He doesn't think that's gonna hold up.
Okay.
Especially like if you attempt to put salt on it in the first couple of years, it definitely will not.
Sure, it'll migrate underneath there and lift.
Right, so he said that was not it. I did have one carpenter come out and look at it, and, he said then we're kind of messing around with like when you're
That's
adding.
for the tech.
Yeah, for the like a truck deck,
What's
kind of
called.
over the top, but then we're messing around with like the height of the railings, and he thinks that's a shorter term solution too. And he goes, and he's like, if it was my house and I had to redo it, it would be the concrete. And I thought our concrete price was good, the quote that we got, so that is what I'm leaning towards.
So that's complete removal, I don't have the quote.
Yes,
Complete removal and replacement.
and replace, yeah.
We
Is
just
that
make sure
covers?
we meet,
It's covers, now, it's gonna probably have a slight upcharge because of winter service, but, you know, I mean, you can always call and see if we can get that waived, cause especially
I
with the
think
temperatures.
I talked to him, I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't remember, but the price was good for, I don't remember. He didn't talk about any
Mind you,
upcharging.
mine say 30 days, but I don't remember what his said.
That may have been what he, it
you may
doesn't
have a note in
say.
there in the special provisions too, if you go past a certain date, then you have winter conditions apply.
Yeah, he didn't have anything on there.
Okay.
I don't
But
remember reading it on the
I will
quote, but.
confirm with him. But we still have to get the drawings. I didn't go forward with that until I knew where we were going.
From,
Well, the only place I know is ALA to call unless you guys know someone else I should call.
They're probably the quickest. But what kind of time frame? I mean, I don't think this is something you wanna do in the middle of the winter, right? I mean, we got like
Well, I'll
a
have to
month
see.
or two
Well,
maybe.
Karen said the price of concrete's going up, so I wanna try and get it done this year.
Yeah,
January 1st it goes up for sure, but
Yeah.
winter service charges should hit around November 1st.
I mean, I could call ALA tomorrow, see what their turnaround is, and then get the permit done right away, and see if they can rush that for us.
Scott, is removal and replacement in kind, the same elevations require the permit? Was it considered maintenance?
Planning and Development told me it's to remove the stairs that permit's required.
I just had an issue with Chris Layton, my friends, and it's, they consider it new if you're removing and replacing, it's not maintenance.
Okay.
So, and
That's what planning and development told me, they sent me the permit.
Yeah,
And I told them I was sorry I called them.
right.
Did they send you a permit application?
Well, I got it online when I was talking to him, I have the application here, he told me I needed 3 copies, what did he tell me? 3 sets, signed and sealed plans for floor plans and stair detail. Yep,
Hopefully what's there is compliant.
I'm sorry,
Hopefully what's there is compliant for the new codes,
I would
Right.
think
because
so.
otherwise we're
Oh, yeah,
pulling
new
frost walls
codes.
and everything else.
Well, if that's the case, we won't be able to get it done this year, probably.
Right.
Do we wanna go ahead? I think we should.
Yeah. Well, we can't just leave the caution tape up.
No, we can't. No, we can't. I mean, we could, you know, like you said, we could patch it or epoxy it.
But everything's
it's
just a
not
temporary
long-term.
fix, yeah.
Right.
And these stairs have lasted since 80, whatever. Hopefully they'll last another 50 years.
Why don't you, I would say we should agree on signing the contract and getting it moving and then
Get
go with
the
LA and see it, because we
ALA
don't wanna
in.
get in a situation either that it's not compliant now, we're,
So, you wanna make a motion?
sure. I'll make a motion to approve, coverage concrete to remove and replace the existing stairwell as per the existing stairs as per the quote offered.
Second.
What does he have to state at 12? Do we wanna give, if any wiggle room for whatever you said that was, I'm sorry,
Air conditions.
the winter?
Their mix.
Oh, winter service? Well, yeah,
I mean, I don't know how much does that usually go for?
An extra $20 a yard of concrete.
He doesn't have how many yards.
This is gonna be a couple $100 extra.
Okay. So can we say within a $500 variance of the quote?
Yes.
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 Anything else?
Do you remember, does he have the treads in there, the non-slip,
On covers quote? I didn't see it.
Breakout, remove all concrete stairs, replace new stairs with 4 landings.
Yeah, I didn't see it typed in.
Oh, I was gonna talk to him about doing the trial with the,
Like a broom finish, so it's not,
Yes.
okay. So you got some traction.
yes,
I'm good with that.
whenever you are ready.
Karen Tynas?
Yes.
Mike Vergauer?
Yes.
Rob Parrish?
Yes.
Rita Drain?
Yes, motion carries. Number 9, discussion and approval of resolution 1010-2401, setting salaries of elected officials beginning 5/19/25 through the 3rd Monday in May of 29. The assessor's term will be from 1/26 to 12/31/29.
They're all the same, right?
What?
The term.
Assessor starts, January.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why?
Oh.
This is the assessment year.
Oh, and his deadline, okay.
Guess I should have known that. Now we do. Who would like to open up discussion?
I would vote that we table this until the next board member is elected and replaced in the seat,
Why?
because I think that he, she, whoever, should have the opportunity to have a discussion about this. You need 180 days, and we're 221 days out from that date. So I think it can be tabled to the next meeting, where the new interim trustee can also vote on it.
Hang on. That puts us in November, right?
Yeah, you have time. You could,
No, I just wanna look at the
November's
date
the
of that meeting.
last. It's,
So it's the 10th?
No, I don't wanna push it to the end either, but
Oops.
we're filling a position and we're doing something large
Yep, we
for
are.
the next board.
It's gotta be
I
done
get,
next month.
I do understand that, but it's also, I think for a new trustee, probably overwhelming. Like, I mean,
Well,
it's kinda like getting thrown
person's
into the
gonna get-
wolves.
The person's gonna get placed tonight, right?
Yeah, I think
And
so,
that's-
yeah.
Well, that's their challenge for the next month is, for the next meeting is, we're gonna be discussing salaries.
Can you be here, Scott?
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the date, it's November 20th is your date, so,
Is when it has to be done by.
yeah. Yeah. So you meet the 14th, so that, I knew you had time, I just couldn't remember when the 20th was.
Yeah, as long as we can get it done at that meeting, cause if we have to do a special meeting, cause for any reason, that only gives us 3 days. We gotta post it, right? Cause it's less.
We gotta post what?
If we had to have a special meeting, worst case.
We have to post it within 48 hours.
Okay. I'm just thinking worst case scenario, which I don't think is gonna happen, but that meeting would be on the 14th, and we have to do it by the 20th. So that would be a Thursday, so if we had to have a special meeting, you would post it on Friday,
Good.
and then you can't have a meeting for 48 hours?
Or you could continue the meeting on the 14th to a date certain. So then so you could say we're gonna recess. the
Well, that
meeting.
just
I don't
means
know
we
why
stay
you
here
have
on the
to do that.
14th until we're done.
Right,
Yeah,
that would probably be better
yeah, okay,
I'm fine with that.
I am too.
than planning to have a special meeting isn't a good idea.
No,
No,
well, I'm not a fan of them.
You're gonna be pushing things otherwise.
so is it a motion to table or?
You made a motion? Second? Anyone wanna second it?
I want it over with.
Oh, I wanna know what
I have spent considerable time looking into it and thinking about it.
to- What?
I have spent considerable time thinking about it and running numbers and stuff.
So what do you wanna do?
Can I say something real quick, please? So I applied for the position for trustee. It was my first meeting ever. Definitely not what I thought it was gonna be. I think I'm overstepping myself right now. So if your meetings, like your planning or whatever, you guys gotta go ahead, cause I don't think I'm gonna go ahead with the position.
Well,
Okay,
another wrench.
Thank you for thinking of that
Yes.
stuff.
No, I don't know what I thought envisioned, but this is not what I envisioned.
so then we have no applications.
Yeah,
Do we wanna open it up for another couple weeks?
Which thing? The
The
trustee, we have
trustee, we
to,
have to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have to.
'Cause we have a
Why don't
meeting.
why don't we push that to executive session early of the next meeting, so that that person is sitting?
Well, that's not, I don't think that's fair to put someone in and then jump them into salary discussion. At all.
well, they won't have any,
They won't have any info.
Yeah.
I don't wanna do that.
right. When does this have to get filled? Like, what if we don't get another applicant?
And you have to have a special town board meeting.
A special town board meeting? And what, how does that work?
No, I
To do what?
Appoint somebody.
we can get someone to apply.
Well, I say we go forward with the salaries. I don't think that's fair to leave, someone, here's a job, decide,
Right, for the next 4 years.
I almost don't think it's fair to do it to you. But
Alright,
you
but-
said you've been, you know, investigating it, so
Right.
you knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah.
So you feel comfortable?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then I say let's try.
Let's try.
If we can't come to a resolution, then we at least have one more month.
Yes, we do.
I think that's fair.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I asked to table it, but if you guys don't want to, that's the way it goes.
Okay. So, is there, now it's just discussion?
I can pick a position and start with one of them.
Do what?
Pick a position.
Pick a position. There's lots of positions. Take the position of it being flat 4 years prior.
It's been flat for 8, right?
For, well,
Which one?
for the last 4.
Why don't you start with trustees?
Why don't I
Yeah,
start
that's
with
Why
what?
don't you start with trustees?
Okay, let's start with trustees.
Make a motion, make it the same.
Second?
Second, third.
Call vote, we're done.
All right, so,
So there's,
well,
you have one resolution.
don't, we have to do them
set.
all at once, so we're gonna,
If the consensus is to keep the trustee's salary flat, then.
that's fine, but we can't vote on that, we have to vote on it collectively. It's
well,
one
you can do-
resolution.
You can do it, you could split them out, but let's see how you go.
I need some paper. So we wanna keep the trustees flat at 150.
I agree. I might have scratched.
Let's go with the clerk.
Make a motion to keep that one flat also.
I do have something to say, if you let me.
Yes,
The last-
I'm okay with it.
The last time they set the salaries, there was quite an increase for the assessor, and I believe that was the only increase. The clerk did have a little bit. But the consensus was, the reason that they were increasing the assessor's salary was because it had been lowered in the previous administration. So they were putting the salary back to what it was. If that was the consensus, the clerk's salary was also lowered, and that was not put back to what it was, which I believe was 14.5.
And it's 12.5 right now.
Right, because I think he added, I don't know,
You had it on.
1,000 or something,
Yeah, it was like
because of all the
1,500.
work.
Yeah,
But if
additional.
the consensus of putting the assessor back to where he was, then I believe that the clerk would have been put back to where the clerk's position was as well. And it was not.
We brought the clerk's salary up to cover from what it was, to cover for the election cycles that were coming, that would seem to be challenging. Because
So-
things were changing.
So the
at county level.
consensus for increasing the assessor's salary was to put the assessor's salary back to what it was before it was lowered by the previous administration. If that was true, then the clerk's salary was also lowered at the same time that the
Should have been
assessor's
brought up
was.
at the
But the
last.
clerk's salary was not put back to where it was.
I think the current clerk salary is 2,000 less than what it was
Yes.
previous.
The assessors was pushed forward because he did not have a deputy assessor anymore, and he was doing all the workload himself and was working Saturdays and Sundays.
Actually, at the meeting, the reason for increasing the clerk, the assessor's salary was to put him back to where he previously was, before the previous administration lowered it. And I'm saying if that was true, then the clerk's salary should have been put back where it was.
Not necessarily.
Well, just one position under the township?
No, we were talking about a bump for him as it was greater than that, because to catch up with Lake County.
We're not Lake County,
I
we're McHenry
understand that, I'm
County.
just saying, the parcels that he has and how much is their fair market value is for somebody like that, he was working 2 jobs.
But there are positions in McHenry County, and the reasoning for increasing his salary was to put him back, because the previous administration lowered it.
Okay, this is a board discussion, though. Thank you for your input.
Okay.
And I got numbers from other,
So I'm looking for them too. That's not what I want. What is the cost of this? I know you gave it to me. Alright, what did you do? I can't find it. I have a hard time just with the cost of inflation, just keeping everybody stagnant. I mean, I don't wanna go crazy, but I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, so have you been, has the clerk's position just been held stagnant for 4 years, or it has been 8?
it was lowered and then hired partially.
Right.
I make a motion to put it back to 14.5.
I'll second that motion.
Wait, we're not moving now.
But we're not voting.
We're not.
Okay, but I'm in agreement. Mike?
Well, we have to,
That's
we're gonna
what-
look at them as an aggregate whole, right?
Right, so far,
So
so
far.
far trustees and clerks were good.
Right.
Okay.
And to keep it without insurance or IRMF.
Correct.
What was that?
No insurance, no IMRF.
For the clerk?
Can't do enough. There's not enough.
Well, I'm just,
I'd like to keep the assessors flat.
well, I think all 3 of them should get some sort of percentage.
Okay. I'm
See,
open to whatever you wanna talk about, I'm just,
I gave you this today. I did this with the CPI and rate of inflation. I'm just trying to get some kind of starting point here, guys.
did the other board members have this before today?
I
No,
got it
just
today
Karen
when I
had it
looked at the
today when
bills.
she came in to look at the bills.
I see he
Huh?
it looks like he had one also.
Which, this one does is different.
Okay. Thank you.
So 4 years ago, the assessor was put back. Right?
Yes, with a increase.
So you're proposing a 3% first year, 2.5, 2.5, 2.25, 2.25.
Well, that's averaged out.
Okay.
So what's highlighted in blue is basically a 10% increase, but averaged out 3% the first year, 2.5, 2.25, 2.25, right? Is that how I'm reading it?
That's the projected CPI.
So basically though, it's a 10% increase from his current salary, right? When you average those four
Well,
out.
right, right.
So I mean, you see this number like over here on the side? So you're saying set the salary at that, or you saying the first year it goes to this, the second year it goes to this, the third year goes to that, the fourth year goes to
No.
that? You're saying just make
Yeah.
it that 101
Right,
for 4 years.
right.
That's easier.
Oh, okay, I see. So
Budget-
that number on the far,
budget-wise.
the number on the far right takes that into account and averages,
Yeah.
that's where you're going, okay, I understand.
So what's highlighted in blue, that's a 10% increase.
No, because of the four prior, the CPI prior to those 4 years. Do you wanna see this?
Kind of looking over your shoulder.
I copycatted from McHenry's model. I needed a starting point. There's no CPI inflation. You can't get the same two tables. Because of how the different entities do their numbers. McHenry's, I looked at McHenry's numbers, Algonquin's numbers.
So the set salary, let's just look at Mark's, the set salary in 2021 was $80,000.
Right.
There's been no increase in that, though, you're just showing us what the CPI has done to that number.
Right, I didn't go back prior to the last four.
Right, so you're saying Mark's salary would go from 80,000 to 101,492?
I'm calculating.
That, I guess she's just showing an example of what raises would have looked like if
I'm trying
we
to
didn't
get a
hold them
discussion going.
stagnant.
Right,
So what is he at right now? He's at 80?
85,304.
That is what he's at. Plus, he gets a $3,000
Stipend from the county.
per year.
I believe so.
The county gives that to all assessors.
I believe so. It is yearly, right?
Yes,
When they, cause they do get their books done.
yeah, it's
Something with the books.
because they.
Oh, if they
do
complete it in time
Yeah, because the county doesn't do it in this county, they do them,
themselves,
yeah,
each township.
yeah. There's not not a county-wide assessment official like that.
Okay, so this,
So is this the salary that you guys voted on in 21?
Which one?
The 85,304?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
so you, just your hypothetical numbers would, Mark's salary would go up $16,188.29.
I didn't do that math. Sure.
I'm just saying from your,
That's what it looks like,
yeah,
yeah, eyeballing it, yeah,
Yeah.
about 16 grand, yeah.
I add
If you
against
add
it.
back, the cost of living increases back to the beginning,
that's, I'm just saying, that's the jump you're
Yeah,
proposing.
yes.
Why am I not? Why is this not working?
Supervisor would be $17,660.07.
So, well, if we were to hold them stagnant, that would mean that basically that position would not have gotten an increase then at the end of this new term for 8 years, which to me that just doesn't seem
I don't think
fair.
that's fair. Not in today's
Now,
economy.
keep in mind, these are the salaries that are posted before people run for the positions, and they
Right.
know what the evaluation is.
Right.
So, looking at the road commissioner, you're asking for another $22,351.12.
For, did you add them
Far
all?
right column less,
For each position, like, was that a grand total or no?
no, each one. If you take her average salary far right, less the amount that we agreed upon at the last time we set salaries, the differences would be $17,760 for the supervisor's position, $16,188 for the assessor's position, and then $22,351.12 for the road district commissioner.
Did you total all that up?
What the aggregate total for a year would be?
No, no, I just was curious. So that's per year for those three, it's $56,299. Then times 4 years, it's $225,196. Looking at it that way, that's a lot.
Mm. I just plugged in the CPI.
Any more thoughts?
Gotta start somewhere.
Can we do this without raising our levy? Like if we approve them, say we approve them to these far blue amounts, does that increase our levy, or do we just cut into?
Well, at some point, we're gonna have to increase our levy,
Yeah,
because
we
our
cut it.
budget's higher than our levy. Alrighty, so eventually, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm doing the math here, it's first
I did averages the CPI over the last 8 years, and that's 3.79%. So what about if we just carried that for the next 4 years? It softens it a little bit.
Tell me again, Mike, what the,
So I averaged out the last 8 years of the
Yes.
CPI, which is 3.79%.
okay,
Then I just took the current salaries, and then just did 3.79 for 4 years.
you're
Okay,
saying,
wait.
you're saying 3.79 onto the existing number, or you're saying 3.79 per year, so
Per
times
year.
4?
Per year times 4, yeah, take that number each year. Right, so
So
like,
you're saying like a 15% raise?
Over 4 years.
Well, it doesn't grow,
No.
it's one shot,
no.
4 years, right?
Say that again?
Correct, it would be the same, yeah, the same number of payments.
No, we can set it any way we want.
Yeah, it could be, in the past, it's been 4% a increase a year, 1%.
Okay, so actually get a raise every year, don't set a dollar amount now, it would change every year?
It's up to you.
Oh, that's up, okay.
It's up to the board. Not you
I'm,
personally.
I'm leaning your way.
Yeah. So yeah, it is, yeah, 14.
I mean, you're just chasing the cost of living.
Correct, yes.
But I didn't wanna swing for the fence right off the bat.
Yeah,
Cause it allows us to catch up with the budget then too, you know, that we don't get run off the rails.
Well, that's what I'm worried about, if you do it all at once, that the budget is completely out of whack.
Correct.
Not coming up with the right number.
So you took back, you went back 8 years?
well, I took these numbers, I took the 4.7, 8, 4, 1, 3, 5, I added all those up, and then divided by 8, so that got me my average.
Yeah.
And then I took everybody's current salary and just multiplied it by 3.79%.
I'm doing something wrong.
I'll double check it.
I feel
Next
like
year, I think we should do a workshop.
What did you say?
4 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
3.78
yeah,
something.
sorry. It's really not a bad idea, though.
So what you're proposing, Mike, is a 3.8% increase onto the last
Repeat that number.
voted salaries.
Correct.
3.8.
Change every year by
Yes.
that delta.
Yes.
Like 3.8%.
I'm fine with
Wait, 3.8 for each year.
Each
that.
year.
Each year.
Yeah.
So next year will be 3.8% more than this salary. If the economy keeps, you know, this, and it's hard to tell what will happen with this election, but,
We had a president.
yeah, well, that tends to throw a wrench in things, but, yeah, I don't know if we did ourselves any favors by holding these stagnant as long as we did. But we didn't know what the economy would do 4 years ago anyway, either.
You ran for trustee knowing you were gonna get $132.
Yes,
Okay.
is that, yeah,
You guys should go to Algonquin, they got a huge hike.
the trustees, I saw one of them did.
How much is huge?
They went to 6,000 a year.
Do they only have
Okay.
one meeting a month?
They also have to wear a suit and tie though at the meeting, so.
Did I? Yeah. I get a collar.
Spend that in suits.
Right.
I don't like crunching numbers on my phone.
I feel like I should have brought like my adding machine with the tape.
So, can we take this proposal and finalize it next month?
Using the numbers that we just discussed.
Right, so we're looking at the last time that we made the change, which was what, 2022 is when the,
20, well,
well, it was 2021 we voted on it.
right.
2022 they went into
22.
effect. So we take those base salaries, 76, 769, 85, 304.
85, 304, 96, 614.
Right.
And
We're talking-
3.79% each year, 3.8. What?
Spare.
Per year.
Right.
Either do per year or, well, or just lock it in, figure it out what it is now, and just keep that the same for 4 years. Whatever the base salary is, multiply it by that 1.037, and then keep it the same for 4 years.
You lost me.
Not do the raise every year, so for, like, for the assessor. So for the assessor, it'd be 85,304 times 1.0. So there, it would be 98,990 for the assessor, and that would be the salary for 4 years, with no raises.
Tell me again what you did.
So I took what their their base is now
Yeah,
and multiplied it by 1.0379 4 times,
1.0379.
which is the 3.8%.
But it's doing immediately.
Right,
The whole
it's a-
aggregate total,
correct.
you're not doing it.
You're not doing it yearly.
Growth.
Right, it would be,
Right.
this is set in
Yeah,
stone, this is
that's-
what it's
I
reporting.
think that's too aggressive, with no
Okay.
disrespect to you.
Yeah,
I like what you originally said.
yeah,
Well,
It's this, it's this, it's this, and this.
yeah.
it's definitely easier on the budget to do it each year.
alright, I'm gonna crunch some numbers based on both scenarios, plug them in, and we will,
Either vote on one or the other.
we'll do it next month, do the actual vote. next
But that's what we're gonna vote on, is one or the other. Right? Or we're not gonna come back next month and
I'm
like,
not doing this on my phone.
okay, but we're not gonna come back next month, like, and, so you're gonna run the numbers like, base salary, 3.8% the first year, then 3.8% the next year, and so that's one scenario. And then the next scenario would be base salary
1.0379.
4 times.
4 times.
And then not get raises throughout the term. That would
Okay,
just.
so
be
though,
your-
that's what we're bringing back next month, nothing else, right?
I'm totally good with that.
I am too.
Okay. So we'll table it till next meeting.
I will calculate it, send it to you guys,
But this was a good discussion, this is what I
and you
think
can
you
come
need to.
back and,
Wait till we do the budget.
just so you don't ever respond to emails. Just respond to me only.
Oh,
You can't
okay.
get reply.
It's open meetings, did anyone tell you have to go online and do the Open Meetings Act?
Oh, you know, I
Where
think-
is it?
Yeah,
It's at the, State's Attorney, Illinois State's Attorney,
Or is it the clerk?
Attorney General, I'm sorry.
Illinois Attorney General. And then just Google Open Meetings Act.
It's kinda hard to find.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, they kinda have it hidden, but if, like Karen said, if you Google Open Meetings Act, it'll bring you kinda like to a different page,
okay.
cause I had trouble finding it every time I go on. If you have trouble, let me know.
Okay.
And then what about, did you get an email from the clerk about the statement of economic interest?
No,
Doesn't that come from the clerk?
Yeah, why didn't they send you that? I gave them the information.
I'll double check.
Yeah,
I
it's
get a
good.
ton of emails every day,
It's
I
all-
will,
some things could be missed.
I let
What
them
was
know,
it?
I
What
let
was it
them
from the
know
clerk?
that you were,
Statement of economic interest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do it by email only now, so that's how you would've gotten your notice and you're probably up, you get logins in this county, you get a PIN,
Yeah.
okay, you get a separate login.
I'll take care of it.
yeah,
So
you gotta set up
save
a
that pin,
password.
cause it's,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's,
Okay, so we're tabling number 9
So the
ultimately.
board unanimously agreed?
So I'm gonna make a motion that we table finalizing this till next month. Can I get a second?
Second.
Yeah, wait a minute.
All in favor?
I don't think Joni's
Yes.
ready,
Opposed? Alright, number 10. We've covered everything I kinda have gone, I don't have anything going on. You've got your copies of the audits. I told Joe he did not have to come. If there's any questions, let me know.
Any red flags?
Nope,
Okay.
we're clean.
Okay.
Joni,
I have
Mike's gone. Mark's not here. Mike, we'll start with you.
For new business?
Yeah, or just for any comments,
Oh, just your report.
reports.
No, nothing.
Karen?
Not really a report. Just a question. When, do you know when the fire board meets?
No.
Okay. Do they have a website?
I can find out for you. I've got the, captain's email.
Okay, yeah. Could,
You wanna know when the Nunda roll meets?
yeah. And that's not really a report, but that was
I'll find out
my
for you.
question. Other than that,
Oh, I wanted to, okay, go ahead. I have a question for you.
and then are we doing, breakfast
Oh,
or
yeah,
meet
well,
Santa? Are we doing Santa?
It's Santa time. I believe my Santa Claus will be back. So yes.
Okay.
Actually, we're gonna make it more like of a movie, Santa, Meet Santa,
Oh, really?
if my little elves have their way.
That's
We're gonna have like a movie playing and come see Santa and,
All right, let me know if you need a screen.
okay.
My sister-in-law has one.
A
And a-
screen?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
perfect.
And a projector if you want.
I have a projector.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I have a screen. No, I don't have a screen. I have a projector.
Okay.
It was pretty cute last year. There weren't a lot of people, but it was really pretty cute.
Depending on the date, I can bring in
Okay.
Alf.
All right. Oh, yeah. We could use her.
Okay. Or face painting.
Oh, did she do that?
Yeah.
Where she touch a truck?
It
That would have been odd.
would have been awesome.
Popsicles,
She did the easy thing. Yeah.
Okay.
The sweat stains were enough.
Yeah, it wasn't as
It
hot
wasn't
this
as
year
hot
as the
this
year
year it was
before.
last year, but I bought popsicle sticks in freezing time, so,
We went to the Mad Dash
yeah.
for new popsicles.
Are you, have any more questions on the, I'll ask you no business. Your report.
I was gonna ask you to inform the board of what Mr. Harris's situation is, just so they have an understanding, because I don't think either of them. will
Oh,
be
I
able to
think they, is that cemetery, do we wanna? Doesn't matter, so, there was an issue during Lee's tenure
Previous supervisor.
where some plots, some people got buried in the wrong plot.
Okay.
We tried to he tried to resolve it. There were well, you could probably tell better because you were involved and I wasn't.
Yeah, my recollection is that, it's a family and the son, wanted to be buried with his parents, and two people got put wrong spot, right?
Got put in one of his
In one of his
spots.
spots. So there was an offer to have a spot behind him, not next to him, I believe.
It would have been on the side of the mother rather than the father,
Okay, and then
I believe.
his attorney contacted Lee, and told him that he thought it was equitable, and then Lee never heard back, so that was kind of the end of it.
And then it's come back.
As a
So-
lawsuit?
No,
I ran into him in a truck shop in the area, and he was like, "Are you still on the board?" And I said, "Yes." And then he went over the whole story again, all the way through.
It's
and
a long story.
I said, I apologize to
No,
him. I
it's
said,
nothing that's in to you.
So the current board has tried several
The cemetery board.
cemetery board. It has looked into several different options, and Mr. Harris did come to one of the meetings, and we haven't heard back from him since.
I had called on Lita because I was
Yeah.
barraged. I'm like,
And
"I'm
we-
sorry, sir, I thought that it was
we-
taken care of."
I think-
I feel, you know,
Yeah.
he
Our
was upset. that-
cemetery board president has another proposal. I don't know that we have a number for Mr. Harris. But it's, you know, it's a very sensitive, there's laws, there's rules and regulations. It's not like you could just go.
And move it.
Right.
Yeah, it's sensitive for both parties. It was an unfortunate error. We have remapped Holcombville since then. Bill Boats is amazing at understanding that, where I can't tell you where.
Well, I knew that's why we
North
ended up
is.
remapping everything, but I didn't realize it was still.
Well, that's not the
kind of-
only reason.
Right,
It
but-
needed to be done.
Right, it did need to be done.
Because with each administration, there's different ways of where you're placing stones and bodies, and the records don't show that, so it passes down to the next administration not knowing what the last administration did. So it just gets googly that's a terrible word to use, but that's what happens. You don't know what the other people did. So we've put things in place now that give you more information, and Holcomville is marked better because our numbers, all the cemeteries have been resurveyed. And, but Holcomville was the first one. We're actually putting plates on the graves, like that are open,
Okay.
so people could just go and
And
say, I want,
this-
and whatever.
Yeah, this number,
It's in a really good place, but we have to resolve this issue.
okay.
And I
Was he
think
super
it's-
upset when he talked to you? or-
Yes, he's very upset.
It gets very passionate really quick. I mean, he's-
I'm sure it's an emotional thing.
I had 6 slots for the family, the parents, and my brother and myself, and
Yeah,
he said, "Goodbye."
That's not correct.
All right, then.
No, there's not that many.
but,
He is correct, there's somebody in his spot. Parked
That
in
is
his
correct.
stall.
That is correct. And
I felt compassion for him,
And
I'm sorry,
what
sir.
was-
I thought Lee was taking care of it, and it was already
what
done.
he
and-
was
I know we
offered,
haven't heard anything.
what he
Well, I
was
think it's because he saw me, and that was,
what he was offered was pretty reasonable.
Yeah, so his attorney, he said he's getting his attorney was gonna sue, and the attorney talked to Lee, and he said, that sounds equitable and fair to me, and I don't know what the deal was, but I think it was giving different plots and giving his money back, but,
And giving him an additional plot.
and giving him +1, okay? So to,
Well, that sounds good.
and his attorney said that sounded equitable to him, and he would get back to him, and then we never talked to him again, to my knowledge.
Then he came to a board meeting a couple months ago. Well, actually, it's quite a few months ago with Cal Scanner.
Okay.
And then we haven't heard back from him again.
Did he say anything at that meeting
Oh,
about this?
yeah.
I don't remember that.
No, not this meeting, a board meeting, cemetery
Cemetery.
meeting.
Oh, a cemetery
Sorry.
board meeting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember.
Alright.
Like, was I
I
absent?
don't come to
So-
any meetings, but I don't remember that part, so.
We are still investigating our options.
Okay.
Try again.
Anything else, Rob?
I don't know if we have to go to executive session to discuss this, but what happened with the lawsuit with,
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. I was
Let's
gonna
do
have a
that in
report.
old business.
Or,
we can do it in old business?
What I'm gonna say is,
Minuscule.
is all public record, so, yeah, can I just go?
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, so we're done with number 10.
Okay.
No, I'm not done with my trustee report.
All right.
I wanted to thank the people from Holiday Hills that came.
Yeah.
I don't disagree that the road service doesn't do a good job. I mean, they have great employees down there that work very hard. But the employees and the equipment and the ambition goes with the township, whoever the assessor, or whoever the supervisor is down there. I also, what else did I have? I have one more thing for you. You're gonna talk to us about the problem with the lawsuit with Steuben Woods. And then also I wanted to thank Mr. Les France for showing up today for the first time in 2 years.
It'll go in the minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, so then new business, number 11, any new business?
No.
Okay, number 12, old business.
Okay, so the lawsuit about the street, the people, the Parkers filed it, they fell off a Steuben. They filed a motion for an injunction, as I told you guys in closed session, that was denied by the court. Then they had, we had time to respond to the lawsuit. I had talked to the attorney immediately after court and said, you gotta dismiss the township, you got the wrong guy. And he said, oh, I'll get back to you in a week. I emailed him twice, asking him if he was gonna proceed against the township, never heard back. And we had a pleading deadline, of Tuesday, so I had to file a motion to dismiss. So I filed the motion to dismiss. It was in court on Wednesday, which is why I did it in advance of court, because we had court on Wednesday. I told the judge what I just said to you guys, and so I said, I've got a motion to dismiss pending. The road district also filed a motion to dismiss, I guess. I haven't seen it though, on Wednesday morning. And the plaintiff's attorney said that he's going to file an amended complaint and leave the township out. So, if he doesn't, we'll probably file an amended motion to dismiss and seek sanctions, to get your attorney's fees back. I had to expend attorney's fees just because of,
Well, you went to court?
yeah, he didn't respond.
Yeah.
So,
We're kinda scared.
Can we file that anyway?
for sanctions,
Yeah.
I could, it's not gonna be granted.
Okay.
It's not gonna be granted because he said he's gonna dismiss us. So,
But the suit is still active with the road district.
he said he's filing an amended complaint against both parties. The complaint was not good, so.
Right.
So he said he amended complaint with both parties? I thought he was
No,
gonna drop
no.
us.
Amended to drop us.
To drop us.
Oh, okay.
And to just go against the road district.
Okay.
He has 14 days to do that. If we get one where you're a defendant, then I have 14 days to respond. He said he's not going to. I really hope he doesn't, because it's not you, and that's pretty apparent. So,
We all had that discussion in executive session, and I thought there was understanding that the road district knew that they had a lawsuit against them for the Stupid Woods parking lot they were constructing. And I was surprised that he didn't sit down and wait, he went right back in and paved it. That's why I referenced that tonight, it's all paved now. So, I understand the injunction wasn't placed, which would have legally put him in that parameters, that he couldn't do it anymore, but to continue on that path, if the Parkers are awarded, you know, in this lawsuit, we've paved a parking lot that we weren't supposed to pave.
I'm not seeing how they can prevail, but
Okay.
under what they planned, they said they don't own the property. I don't know how they can, it would be like me complaining about them. Chris like put a parkway tree in the road, and I don't like it, so I don't know how they get into that. There was also a platted dedication that was discovered, and I don't know what that meant either.
There was a what that was discovered?
Plat of dedication.
Oh.
I don't know what that meant or where that came from, but I didn't see it. So we'll see what happens. But we should be.
Bottom line is we should be out.
The township should be out. The township should never been a defendant in this case.
Do you know what year that plat of dedication was done?
It's not, I didn't see it.
Okay.
I didn't look for it. I looked at the general maps, but I didn't dig deeper, because it wasn't, that we don't have the same interest as the district does. Our interest was why are we here, because we're a separate governmental body.
So the township, including the road district, was in a legal suit for that situation, and I'm annoyed the fact that he just blundered through and paved it anyways, because
Yeah.
that money could all be for naught.
Yeah, I don't.
If they win, it's gotta come out.
If it, the judge orders it.
Yeah, I mean, should've just sat and waited.
Oh,
You don't think the Parkers will win though?
they're gonna have to do a lot better than what they did originally. So I don't know what they got, so.
Right.
I
See what
read.
the amendment comes back
Yeah,
as.
he should serve me with it, so, I'll let you know my opinion, but,
We would continue to get served until we're officially dismissed, right?
well, he should show me that we're not a defendant.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So then I don't have to spend another dime on this, and another minute of my time, for no reason. It was very irritating that he didn't get back to me. So,
One more thing, what are we gonna do about the open position? You gonna repost it then?
I'm gonna repost it
Make
on
the
the
deadline.
website. There actually were a couple people that wanted an application, they came in, one person came in after the fact, so.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna make it that they just come to the meeting.
With the application in hand?
That's tough.
No, I'm gonna make it,
Give
I'll
it
make
like
it the
2
Monday
days.
before
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
That way I have
and
an
then you'll
idea.
send them to us.
Sir?
Right.
Did you do any further investigation on replacement taxes? Do you have a clear understanding of that?
I've been
So the
consumed.
replacement taxes have absolutely nothing to do, I confirmed,
Okay,
have absolutely nothing to do with the municipality taxes. The percentages are based on the levy from 1976, and it doesn't change.
okay,
And it's all issued by the state, so it's nothing to do with that.
okay. So the reimbursements from permanent hard road and road and bridge fund come specifically from the county,
Yes, it's apples and
and
oranges.
it's paid to those municipalities through the county, but we need to
Correct.
approve them.
We don't even approve them, it's just calculated and taken out automatically from the levy, based off the levy numbers.
Okay, at the county level.
Yeah, the replacement taxes have nothing.
That's at all,
To do.
that's new money from the state, the replacement taxes is new money.
Yeah, so I just wanted to confirm where those percentages came, that we return the money to the municipalities, and it's based on the levy from 1977 or 1976. Cook County had one, and all the other counties had another, and it's one of those 2 years.
Right. So those two levies are paid out by the county as a percentage of how we levy.
Yes, that one,
Yes,
not replacement taxes.
correct. I mean,
So I just wanted.
it sounds the same, but it's not.
Yes, I just
got it.
wanted to reiterate
Right,
that,
right,
that
thank
I
you.
was
Thank you.
in the right spot,
Forgot I raised my hand and I've been looking.
yeah. I didn't know where the percentages came from, so
All right, so we don't have to go to executive session then, right?
we do not have to, oh god, I put my agenda way too soon.
I wanna thank both of you for coming and staying. I mean, that's great that you
You are
stayed.
What number? Number.
14 was executive.
Either of you?
Number 13, any public comment, 3 minutes.
Thank you for doing such a great job.
Thank you for coming.
And I like your newsletter, that
Yeah.
you sent out is so nice, but, I used to.
Wait, can you state your name?
Jean Ren, but.
Oh,
my
Jean,
address-
okay,
I don't know if I can.
The
my
Jen.
address.
yeah.
So I used to come here a long time ago to these meetings. I went to the house on the way in. That's really,
Oh,
Joni was,
yeah.
Yeah,
Joni was clerk and Lee was a trustee then, and it was a whole different kettle of fish, tell you that. So, and my husband grew up in Nunda Township, and, we moved to Nunda 13 years ago. And he used to farm though in Nunda, Bull Valley Cemetery when he was a kid. And we just love this area, and I just think Nunda Township is just super squared away. And I really appreciate all the small town things you do that are so important, and just the community with your garden and the touch a truck and with Santa, and I don't know the kids for that, but anyway, and this takes so much time. And you all have other huge endeavors, and we just wanna thank you. And I should have come much more over the years, but
Well, we have an open position.
gosh, I don't know if I have the chops for it though. I mean, you guys have to do a deep dive on, township governance is a big deal. And I so value it, and I have to say that it really is a bummer for me when I see that, people wanna do away with townships because they don't understand what that means, It's so important, the county is so stretched, when they've got only so many resources, but what you do is, literally in the front yard, or, backyard for residents, so thank you. And I've actually had to use some of your services, like look at topographical maps and that on the big screen, and, gosh, that was several years ago, I do, like with water issues and that, and it was really impressive, so your resources and that, you just do a lot, and I love your recycling and everything, so just thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
it's the least I could do, really, so thank you.
So our shortest meeting is 8 minutes, right?
Yes,
So that,
Really?
yes,
yes.
yes, there was a
So
lot.
they're not all,
They're not all
at
like
the
this,
time,
so
like-
keep that in mind.
And even at that, you guys got through you collectively got through it pretty fast, so that was, some pretty huge topics, but I really appreciate that, you can challenge, that's what governance, it's like a marketplace of ideas, and, challenging and see which ideas hold up, and I think that's great.
it's not like it's an echo chamber, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I really, I think you're really great stewards of, you know, your citizens and your, you know, whatever, and I know it's such a small portion of the property taxes, so, thank you, it's just really, really impressive.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
What do you have to say there, Rusty?
Do a great job. Thank you.
Short and sweet.
You're already here, you've been here every day except one.
The view is much better from back here.
Alright, so we're gonna void number 14, number 15, cause our one and only applicant
Withdrew.
ran.
Was he scared?
Nice going, Mike. Nice going.
So,
I don't know what he expected it would be. This seems like
I don't
a
know.
normal meeting.
I don't know.
I don't know. Number 16, motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second,
Third.
Fourth.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, meeting adjourned.
You guys talk?
Okay, I didn't see. Where was that? Karen, where was Kirby? Why was I not seeing it? I saw it in the chat. I didn't see, oh,
They're on the back too.